Hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and click the notification bell whenever I drop new content. Anyways, hello sports fans, welcome to No Offseason Media. I am your host, Amari Sports, and today's video will go over the Week 11 picks. I had an awful ATS record last week. I went 6-8, but also when it came to picking a winner straight up, I think I went like 9-5. So I'm good when it comes to picking up a winner, but when it comes to taking the side, I'm not really doing that well on that side. So anyways, let's just go on to Week 11. Let's start with Thursday Night Football. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are a 3-point favorite at home against Tennessee, and I'm taking the Packers to win this game and to cover. The Tennessee Titans are missing 4 starters on their entire roster, and this includes their kicker, Randy Bullock, who's going to be out for this game. And now the Tennessee Titans have signed Josh Lambo, who just came off a lawsuit that just got dismissed by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But anyways, I like the Green Bay Packers because Green Bay historically has matched up well against Tennessee, and Matt LaFleur and Mike Vrabel, the last time they played was back in, I think, Week 16, back in 2020, where Green Bay won that game just straight up in a snowstorm. But in this one, the Green Bay Packers saved their season last week against the Dallas Cowboys. And the thing about why I like Green Bay is because Christian Watson went off, and I think it's because the Dallas Cowboys defense secondary is really bad, but also the Tennessee Titans, their defensive secondary is really bad. They have so many blown coverages against Denver, and we know with Russell Wilson, his insufficiencies this year, I think with Aaron Rodgers, he will try to exploit that. And with Aaron Jones, we know was his injuries and stuff like that, so I really like the Green Bay Packers in this spot. Give me the Green Bay Packers to win and cover against the Tennessee Titans. The Packers win. I have the score as 24-20 over Tennessee. With the Sunday slate, we got the Chicago Bears at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Chicago Bears. I'm going to go with the Bears to win this game and to upset the Falcons. Number one reason is because Justin Fields is returning home. His hometown is only 26 miles away from the stadium, which is Mercedes-Benz Dome. And also with this one is that the Chicago Bears, yes, their defense is bad, but the Falcons are worse. And the thing is that the Falcons can't stop the run. They can't even stop the pass. And with Justin Fields, he likes to buy time and be very elusive and throw it to his wide receivers like Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool. And I understand the Bears are not winning these games, but they are keeping these games close. They should have won that game against Detroit, but they didn't. I think Justin Fields wants to serve up some home cooking and come back home and defeat his hometown team, which is the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the Chicago Bears to win this game 35-30 in a epic, big, high-scoring game. Next one, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Buffalo Bills. The Browns are an 8-point underdog in Buffalo. In this one, I was tempted because it's going to be a snowstorm. I'm going to take the Bills to win this game and to cover. Buffalo is not looking well late in games. We saw it against the Jets and also with the Minnesota Vikings, games that they should have won. But in this one, their backs are against the wall. They are now third place in their division. And I think the Browns, who can't stop anything offensively and definitely can't stop the run, I don't know how they're going to stop Josh Allen and Devin Singletary and James Cook. I have no clue how it's going to happen. If the Browns want to win this game, they got to run the ball with Nick Chubb, and they're going to try to do their best to do that. But I think the Bills are going to try to do their best effort to not let Nick Chubb do what Dalvin Cook did to him when the Buffalo Bills were up by 17 points against the Minnesota Vikings. So give me the Buffalo Bills to win this game and to cover against the Cleveland Browns. Buffalo wins 28-17 over Cleveland. Next one, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Indianapolis Colts. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite on the road in Indianapolis. I'm going to go with the Colts and the 7 points. I could see this as an upset by taking the Colts to win this game, but I'm going to safe side and take Philadelphia to be the outright winner. Number one is that the Philadelphia Eagles came out completely flat after 1.5 quarters against Washington. That's actually more credit to give it to Washington, but the Philadelphia Eagles lost their tight end in Dallas Goedert for about 4 weeks while placing him on the IR. So what does that leave? That leaves A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to do most of the work. And think about this, is that the Colts are good when it comes to against receivers defensively. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles will win this game. And Matt Ryan, call it out as it is with Jeff Saturday, kudos to the organization. They beat the Raiders. I think going against the Eagles, I think they'll keep this game close. And Jeff Saturday will have his team fired up. Philadelphia can't stop the run, which is a reason why I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people expect it to be. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game and fail to cover the spread. I'm going to take the Eagles to win 24-23 off of probably a late field goal to win the game. Next one, we got the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Jets. The public is all on the Jets. Take New England in this spot. New England is the better team. First of all, the Jets haven't beaten New England since 2015, week 16. And also is that Zach Wilson cost them that game last time. If you can't beat them in the Meadowlands in MetLife Stadium, you're not going to beat him in Foxborough, okay? Zach Wilson is not a mobile quarterback that gives up Bill Belichick fits. And we have seen it against a handful of quarterbacks like Sam Ehlinger, who's a second-year quarterback. We'll see how the way he was in disarray when the last time the Patriots played on the field. And then also the offensive line for the Jets is very, very bad. And the last time we saw New England defensively got 9 sacks against the Indianapolis Colts. So I really like the Patriots here. The Patriots defensive scheme is what's going to contain Zach Wilson and this whole entire offense. And think about it with the Jets. Their whole entire offensive identity got snapped when Breece Hall got injured. Okay, so I'm going to take the Patriots to win this game and to cover. Pats win 23-17. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Rams. I'm going to take the Saints to win this game and to cover. Andy Dalton's going to be back into the fold. But what I really like about the Saints in this matchup is that John Wolford, the Rams quarterback, is starting, which is going to be helping the Rams defensively. And with the Saints, Andy Dalton, call that as it is, he does not perform well against Pittsburgh. I saw that whole thing coming when I took Pittsburgh plus the 3 points. But in this one, he's back at home. Andy Dalton is a better home quarterback than a road quarterback. And especially if you play Andy Dalton on prime time or against Pittsburgh Steelers, you don't bet on Andy Dalton. So in this one, he's at home, 1 o'clock window against the Rams team that sold their souls to the devil to get a Super Bowl ring. I like the New Orleans Saints to win this game and to cover. Saints win 20-13. Next, we got the Detroit Lions at the New York Giants. The Giants are a 3-point favorite at home against the Detroit Lions. And this one, I'm going with the Giants to win this game and to cover. Vegas thinks that the Giants is on the level of the Texans because they only beat them by 8 points. But here's my thing. The Giants love to run the ball, and the Lions can't stop the run. We saw it against Chicago. We saw it against Green Bay. We saw it against other handful of games early in this year. The Lions just can't stop the run. Their defense is awful. And the thing is, I don't bet golf on cold weather games. And in New York, it's very cold. This is a Southern California kid going to the East to go in a cold weather city. I love the Giants in this matchup. Also, what I think is a lot of public money is coming on the Lions because the Lions beat the Bears. Think about it. The Lions would have lost to the Bears. The Giants would be favored by probably like 5 or 6 points. So I don't care what Vegas has. I think the odds maker don't know what they're doing. But give me the Giants to win this game and to cover against the Detroit Lions. Giants win 28-21. Next matchup, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Baltimore Ravens. The Carolina Panthers are a 13-point underdog against the Ravens, and I'm going to take the Panthers and the points, but I think the Ravens win outright. Lamar Jackson in his career, coming off a bye ATS-wise, is 1-4. 13 points is way too much to give up in the NFL, and that's a reason why I even love the Panthers in this spot. The Panthers have more rest, and the Ravens are coming off a bye. So both rested teams, one coming off of a mini bye and one coming off an actual bye. I'm just going to take the Carolina Panthers straight up. And Baker Mayfield, called out as it is, he's seen Baltimore before. And the last time he played Baltimore, he defeated Baltimore when he was in Cleveland. So give me the Carolina Panthers to cover this spread, but I'm going to take the Ravens to win this game outright. Baltimore wins 27-17. Next matchup, we got the Washington Commanders at the Houston Texans. The Washington Commanders are a 3.5-point favorite on the road in Houston. And I'm going to take the Texans to keep this game close, but Washington wins this game outright. My number one reason is because they just played the best team in the NFL, which was the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of record-wise. Now they're playing the worst team in terms of record-wise, which is the Houston Texans. And I think that Houston, they were able to keep that game close against the Giants, and we think the Giants are going to be playoff contenders. Now they're playing against Washington, who's trying to get back into the NFC East fold, and I think the Texans will keep this game close. Washington will run the ball, and also the Texans will pass the ball because Washington has struggled against that defensively. And Chase Young, he probably will not be playing, so that helps Davis Mills and the offensive line. So I really like the Texans to keep this game close. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I said the same thing last week. I think it's going to be the same thing here. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I think the game is going to be closer than people expect it to be. Give me the Commanders to win 24-21, but fail to cover the spread. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are a 2.5-point favorite at home against the Raiders, and I'm taking Las Vegas straight up to upset the Denver Broncos. Number one reason is because Derek Carr was very emotional after losing that game against the Indianapolis Colts, and also Denver's offense is completely shot. They're 3-6. I thought they were gonna beat the Tennessee Titans or even come close. Their only touchdown last week came off of a busted coverage in the secondary of Tennessee. And also Jerry Jeudy, it was Russell Wilson's favorite target, is out for this game, which means that Courtland Sutton's going to have to do it all by himself. And I'm just going to say it right now, I think Courtland Sutton has to be the most overrated wide receiver in this whole entire league because we compared Russell Wilson going to Denver like Tom Brady going with Mike Evans and Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, like their connection. I'm not seeing it here with Denver. I think Denver, this is a lost season, and they got to do some soul searching to do. I think the Raiders are a better team as of this moment, and the last time these two teams played, the Raiders put up 32 points collectively on that Broncos defense. So give me the Raiders to win this game. I think this game is going to be a whole lot closer than people expect it to be. Give me the Raiders to win 17-16 over Denver. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Minnesota Vikings. The Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite against Minnesota, and I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game and to cover. Number one reason is because Dallas has owned Minnesota in Minneapolis, and number two is that Kirk Cousins, this is a kind of primetime game because you got Tony Romo and Jim Nantz covering this game, and also it's a 4:25 Eastern game, which means that Kirk tends to shrivel up a little bit or kind of get a little bit contested a little bit when it comes to later on in the day. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to win this game, and Dallas should have won that game against Green Bay last week. They were up 14 points, but they went for it, and they didn't get it on fourth down. And another reason why I like Dallas is because their third down percentage rate last week was completely awful. They're going to get that done in practice and try to shore up the offense. And defensively, they got to play better. So give me the Dallas Cowboys to defeat the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas wins 28-24. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a 4-point dog at home against Cincinnati. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win this game and to upset Cincinnati. Number one is because Mike Tomlin, as an underdog, you just got to take him in this spot. And yes, Joe Burrow coming off a bye. Yes, it's cute. I get it. Last time we saw Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they put up 42 points on the Carolina Panthers. But in this spot with the Steelers, TJ Watt is back. They're going to have more sacks in this ball game, and I think the Steelers will defensively was what's going to own the Cincinnati Bengals. Remember, last time these two teams played, this game went to overtime, and the Steelers won on a late field goal in overtime. In this one, Steelers are at home. They got TJ Watt back. Remember last time they had a pick six and TJ Watt tore his pectoral last time they played. I think in this matchup, the Steelers are the play here and the Steelers are the better team. And plus they're at home in Acrisure Stadium. So give me the Steelers to win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh wins 22-17. Sunday Night Football, we get the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are a 5.5-point underdog at home, and I'm going with the Chargers to win this game and to upset Kansas City. Kansas City got to lose a primetime game at this point, okay? It's kind of like a strategic thing. And the Chargers, Mike Williams might be coming back, and Keenan Allen potentially might be coming back as well, too. Joey Bosa will not be back, but at the exact same time, we have to realize that the Chargers and Chiefs always split the season series. The last time the Chiefs swept the Chargers was back in 2019, and Phillip Rivers was on his last legs. So I really like the Chargers here. Brandon Staley is coaching for his job. They lost to the 49ers. Yes, the game was close, but they got shut out in the second half. I think offensively, they're going to get some things back into gear and try to work on red zone problems and efficiencies. I think that the Chargers are the play here, and I think the Chargers will win this game outright. Los Angeles wins 26-23 over Kansas City. And last one, we got a game in Mexico City. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are an 8-point dog on the road in Mexico City, and I'm going with the Cardinals to cover this game, but I think San Francisco will win this game outright. Division opponents as an underdog, you just got to take them, okay? I did the same thing with Pittsburgh. Last week, I remember a team covered for me as a divisional underdog, and now we're getting the Cardinals as a divisional underdog. I'm taking the Cards. Everybody's going to be betting San Francisco, and I think Arizona's the play here. Number one reason is because Kyler Murray potentially will be out, but Colt McCoy fits this offense better. And I really like Colt McCoy and how the way he has played. Remember, Kyler got injured last year, and Colt McCoy was able to ride the wave until Kyler came back, and Kyler crapped the bed later on in the season. I think with Colt McCoy, the last time he played against San Francisco, I think Colt McCoy won up there in San Fran. I think in this one, he'll keep the game close, but I like San Francisco's roster better than the Cardinals because defensively for San Francisco is way better than Arizona. So give me the Cardinals to keep this game close, but I think San Francisco wins it outright. 49ers win 27-20. And that is it for my Week 11 picks. I hope you guys have happy betting. We'll see if I get back in the win column. Last week I didn't, but we'll see how everything goes. Stay safe out there. Peace.